Sure. So Dan, obviously not the season you would have wanted so far. I mean, what do you feel has been the difference between the success of last year and this season? Is it just as simple as injuries and a tougher draw, do you think?
Not injuries. Certainly, the last couple of games we've had a few players go down, which has kind of hampered the way we wanted to play the game and the way we planned to go into games. But certainly, you couple that with a bit of a tougher fixture early days, which is what we wanted, which was a reward for last season's performances. So there's no excuses there either. That's what we wanted to have to challenge ourselves, to see our growth and to see how we're progressing as a program. Close games with not getting the wins in those early rounds, and then we probably lost our way in that middle part of the season. We're still in the middle part of the season, but against Carlton, and obviously the last couple of rounds, we thought we might have been a bit more of a chance to show our true form. And the weekend was disappointing after having the amount of entries and the amount of time in forward half and not getting the ball going through the big sticks as opposed to going through the little ones. It doesn't put that scoreboard pressure on that you'd hope to get early in games. It might have a big difference towards the end. So a combination of a few things, but certainly no excuses.
Do you take some positives out of it? I mean, obviously you drew the flag favourites off Melbourne. No one's even gone close to them really, and you still have a percentage of over 100 despite being 15th. Or do you rue the frustration, as you said, even the game against Freo where you had so many chances and weren't able to really execute?
Oh yeah, a bit of both, mate. Yeah, a little bit of frustration, but also some positivity around the way things are progressing. We did the review on the weekend, and you pick the eyes through the game, and there was lots of opportunities where the game could have gone differently for both sides. To be fair, so to play well against those top sides, who we would have thought we would hope to be one of those top sides for this season for sure, but it's just not to be at the moment. So we've got 5 more games to start showing that we've got some consistency in the way we play and the brand we're playing, so that we can make the changes and the progression for next season. And you never know, like the next 5 games are promoting opportunities for us to play different players in different roles, to keep pushing our system and the way we play, and to get the results that we're after. We go into each game fielding a team to win. So that's our objective, and that's our approach for Sydney this week as well.
Is it like you've just got elimination finals from here on in, Dan?
Kind of feels like that from round one, mate, to be fair, with the way the season is fixtured. But yes, Kingy, it's almost like that. Every quarter means a lot, and every opportunity that you need to take is compounded by the next. So the game against the Swans, I'm sure they're in a similar camp too. They're pushing for the 8. Had a close game against the Bombers yesterday and didn't quite go over the line. So I'm sure they're feeling the anxiety around they need to win as well. So both teams most teams go into each fixture thinking, this is there's so much riding on one performance, and it can sometimes create a bit of havoc with anxiety and different things. But yeah, it does have that kind of feeling, mate.
Do you need to name a team tonight, Dan, for Sunday?
We've got to have our squad ready, for tonight.
Potential of what you name tonight won't be what necessarily goes to Sydney. I'm guessing you'll wait with Bridie and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Bryce is getting some scans and stuff today to make sure that she's okay to train and play. And if she gets through, we'll make that call off the back of it. But there's a couple of younger players too who are getting through conditioning right now as we speak, who might be pushing for selection too. So there's a few things to factor in.
Is there a chance Chantel debuts on Sunday?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, she's pushing me every other day to play, which is great. She's motivated and engaged to play. It's just whether we feel that there's a spot for her in our front half, which is going pretty well at the moment, which we've discussed together. So she's aware of the role she plays, and I know she'd love to play, and we'd love to get her at some point.
Dan, just a question on Gary Rowan's obviously delisted a week ago from the AFL side, but still working with the AFLW program. How is he going? And you must be proud of him, I guess, for sticking with it in what would be a really difficult time for him.
Yeah, mate, we are. We're really proud of him, actually. It'd be tricky to have a career as long as he has, and then be delisted, but then still front up the next day with a big smile and love to come through the doors here. As most of us might think, righty, I'm out. I'll leave the whole program altogether. But he loves his time with the players, the coaches, the whole program, the way it's set up. He's quite passionate with his coaching as well as women in sport. So it's a really good fit for him. We hope that he gets through the rest of the season with us. There's a chance he might have to leave if he goes to another club in this trade period, this off period for him. But I'd like to think he's going to be a part of our program for a while.
Kate, how has he shaped the group since he has been part of it? And yeah, I mean, similar to what Dan said, you must be really pleased with how he's held himself in the last week in particular.
Yeah, and as Dan said, it was literally the next day he was back in with us, smile on his face, getting around the girls. Obviously, his knowledge of the game and his skill sets have been so helpful for us. It's like he's obviously spent a lot of time with the forward line and working with a lot of girls there. He's helped me with my goal kicking, but yeah, it's mostly just his passion around the group and the way he gets behind everyone and supports the whole. The whole thing is really good. I've worked with him a little bit outside of this because I know how much he's put into his coaching and stuff. So it's really good to see him, obviously, for the club getting him this opportunity, but then the work that he's put in off the back of that is really impressive. And the girls really appreciate the time that he's giving as well, especially with the young family at home too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sorry, you go, King.
Your milestone, Darbs, is one of the more unique in, delisted, pregnant, and then back. Do you had a chance to reflect this week on what the journey's been like over the last, best part of 8 years?
Yeah, I guess it's definitely. I've definitely taken the scenic route. I can't say that in that first season with Carlton I was expecting to get to 50. So no, really excited about it. I mean, each week you're just thinking about the team and what you want to do as a team, and you play to win and you play all these things. But I have made sure that I've given myself the chance to. I mean, only after the Freo game, I hate thinking ahead, but since that game, I want to give myself the opportunity to be grateful, I guess, but then also give myself a little pat on the back as well, because I'm proud to be able to get here, especially being the sort of way around that I got to it. So really excited for the weekend and just keen on getting together with the girls and hopefully putting together a better performance than what we have been, a performance that we know that we can give. I think that's part of the frustrating part, is that we know that we can do it. We just had to, put it together on the right day, and hopefully we can get the win on Sunday against the Swans.
And just on that, Kingy, sorry mate. No, just to reiterate and to celebrate Darbs, experienced player, been around the competition for a long time. So she's been a really great role model for our younger group, but also almost a poster child for the standards and elite behaviours that are now becoming the norm. And Darbs has showcased those over a number of years. So it's no surprise that she's got to 50. Yes, it's a scenic route, but there's no surprise that she's got to this point, and she's carrying a heavy burden for us week in, week out. In that centre bounce loading around the ground, because she's actually a professional in the way she goes about her preparation and her pride in her performance. So, it's a big congrats for her to get to this point.
Well, the 50, obviously it's 50 at career, but will 50 at the Cats mean more, Darbs, that you've been able to do that 50 at one club in 3 games' time?
Well, as I said before, I don't like thinking too far ahead. So I'll concentrate on this 50. And then if I do get to that milestone, I think it will be very special, because it's obviously, I've loved the club the second I've stepped in here. So it will have that, it's similar meaning, but it'll have that little bit of extra meaning behind it, because I know that it's 50 games for the club that I've fallen in love with, and that I've been really proud to wear that jumper for hopefully what might be at some stage 50 games, but we'll see how we go. Swans first.
Just looking back to 2018, Kate, how have you been able to get yourself in this position that you find yourself now, and how difficult was that time back then when you were clubless?
It's funny, because I actually didn't feel clubless, because the moment that I finished with Carlton is when I came, because I was already living down this way. I was already with the Cats here doing VFL and training here, and at that point, I did not think I was really much of a chance to get back into the AFL system, but I just knew that I'd found my love back for footy. So I was just super excited, playing VFL here, training, and actually getting a good amount of time. Obviously, that first season, was either 7 or 8 games. I played 2 of them. So in terms of game time, I just wanted to play footy. So yeah, I just felt the Cats just put their arms around me straight away and supported us to come in and train and play and have heaps of fun with the girls. And then off the back of that, when other opportunities came up, that sort of went from there. But yeah, I was just really enjoying it and getting to know the craft. I mean, the last time I'd played, I was 11, so I was just having fun learning and improving every week. So that's probably been the main driver. Is I just feel like I've just been able to continue to improve, which makes it lots of fun.
Well done, Darbs. Congratulations.
Thanks, Dean.